Welcome to Retirement Ramblings. I'm Scott, and today is day 73 on my countdown to retirement, plus a quick catch-up for day 74. So, yesterday, day 74, I ended up taking out some snow crab to thaw for dinner, and then I made my wife a homemade Egg McMuffin for her breakfast, and we watched CBS Sunday Morning. And then fall has finally arrived in the Atlanta area. My Japanese maple finally started to change colors. And then I decided it was time to clean my Waterpik water flosser. So I ended up wiping everything down with vinegar, and then I ran vinegar through the machine. Then I ran hot water through the machine multiple times, multiple tubs full, to dilute the vinegar that had been in there. Make sure everything was cleaned off. Seems like it's good to go again for probably another 3 to 4 months before I have to clean it again. And then the weather was beautiful on Sunday, so I decided to take a walk down to a pond that we have in our community that I've never walked around. Like, we have a no trespassing sign there so that outsiders, won't go in. But like, it's adjacent to where I go pick up my mail every day. And in the 6+ years that I've lived here, I've never decided to actually walk around to see what's on the other side or what have you. So I decided to go do that today. And so in doing that, first of all, the pond is stocked. So it's a catch and release pond. Several of the gentlemen in the community go down there, catch fish, throw them back, whatever. On the far side of the pond is kind of like a little walking area where you can then go down to a bench, sit down, look over the lake. We have a lot of Canadian geese that stop on the pond, and actually in the end of summer, they bring their young there, and like if you happen to go anywhere near them, they're going to chase you away. So it's pretty interesting. Anyway, one of my neighbors also likes to lure deer to come out and feed on the far section of the pond area. So he went out and got a automated deer feeding machine and loaded it with whatever. It looks like corn, but I'm not sure what it is. But some kind of deer food, and it puts out, on an automated timer, food that the deer decide to then come out, eat around this area. There's usually about 4 to 5 deer, white-tailed deer that come and eat there, at dusk. So they didn't come while I was out there, but I've seen them many times when I go to get my mail. Anyway, walked around that, just kind of looked at what was going on. Then I decided to sit down in one of the rocking chairs that we have adjacent to our bocce ball court. Again, never sat in those chairs before. Pretty much other than going for board meetings and such, I never go down to our clubhouse or do any of the activities that are around there. It's just so far, given that I'm not retired, I don't have the time. Most of the activities are done early in the day and certainly before I get off of work. Anyway, then after that, I came home. I did a reposting of a video that I had taken with my wife when we went on the Blue Ridge Parkway in October of 2023, before Hurricane Helene did all the damage in September of 2024. And kind of, I was feeling nostalgic, and so decided to do a repost of that. So I did that. And then for dinner, I ended up making the snow crab, and then we watched a bunch of episodes of Tiny House Nation, and then headed to bed. And then today, day 73, in addition to having my morning meetings like normal, my mom ended up texting me that her new blinds were installed today, and in her bedroom, she has automated floor-to-ceiling blinds that go, I guess whatever, they're vertical, vertical blinds that go across the whole width of her room, and they're powered. So she has a remote control now that can make them both come back and forth, as well as rotate for privacy. They look similar to the one she had taken down before she had her hurricane windows put in, but the other ones you actually were manual and you had to pull on a string thing. And given the length or the width of her room, it was really challenging to get them to move across properly. So I was glad she got an automated set. And then in her guest room, she ended up getting um, um, room darkening blinds that also are powered, and you can either lower them from the top or you can raise them up from the bottom. She likes, we have those in our house, except mine are manual, not powered. And so when she was visiting us, she really liked the fact that from a privacy point of view, you could pull it down from the top, let in the light, but no one could, walking by could see in on the bottom section. So she really liked that. And given that these look out over what she likes to call a catwalk, but it's really a exterior walkway around her condo, she wanted the privacy on that bedroom. So she sent me those, and I thought they came out looking pretty good. And then for lunch, my wife and I had planned to go out, but she wasn't feeling well, so I just ran up to Publix, got a Publix sub, brought it back to the house. That's what it was for lunch. And then I ended up making a porterhouse steak for dinner along with a baked potato. Um, and I made the food early tonight because I have fasting labs in the morning. So I wanted to get, I like to fast at least 14 hours before I have the blood work. So I wanted to make sure we got food in early enough that I would be able to make that time frame. And that's really my day today and my summary for yesterday. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section down below or drop me an email at myretirementramblings@gmail.com. Otherwise, I hope you have a great evening, and until tomorrow, take care.